Hi, I'm Peggy Halevi, and I am a great appreciator. I've been inspired to become a great appreciator, and I've also been inspired to write a book, which is called The Art of Appreciation. It is a beautiful book, and I've been sharing chapter readings. Today I'd like to share a portion of chapter 8. In my realized thoughts of happiness, I am magnetized towards appreciating abundance over and over again in my life, as all the resources that I am provided delights me. Source is the provider of all abundance, and therefore all resource really is Source's offerings of that abundance. Further, resources are the secondary fulfillment, the once removed vehicle in which Source gets from and gives to all requested attention and desires. Resources are resulting thoughts becoming manifested things through believing in Source's provisions. The primary appreciation is that the Source itself is the real main event. When we are saturated with resources, we can become distracted from Source unless we are in appreciation. By obtaining and permitting an abundance of resources, we can more easily mistake an abundance for Source, when abundance is only the resource. Re is the preposition that means with reference to. Resource literally can be derived to mean with reference to Source. Source wants our attention, and we desire it too. In listening to Source above the noise of resources, whether the resource is money, strength, clarity, or any pursuit we desire, we can miss some of the messages being delivered with our receiving of abundance. Resources and abundance are provided for our pleasure and comfort in accordance with our desires and allowance. Source is the giver of all. At the beginning of any day, when first arriving from dream into awakened consciousness, in the quiet of this peaceful environment and prayer, appreciation, love, pure thoughts, in the meditative state of clarity or expanded thought, it is easier then for me to hear the messages from my inner being, which is a direct Source. Yet as the day continues and the crescendo of the clutter of the environment creeps into my existence, I hear less clearly the voice of my inner being. The seeming chaos or confusion of the progressive momentum of time spanning through the day, collecting itself into the abundance of resources of sounds and lights and much more, I can find it more difficult to connect directly to my Source. Source is always there. It is me who is out of range. The resources can distract my thoughts, and the challenge is apparent only when I seek to be closer to God. The focus on the Source within requires a refocus away from the resources God provides to without or outside of me. And they are there of my own desire and request. Ironically, I ask of God, God provides, and then I can be distracted from God because of the receiving of the resources I ask God for. Resources and the everyday occurrences can distract focus on Source. The best way to keep connected is to appreciate the asking, the believing, and the receiving. Many say it, and I for one believe it to be true, that there is a grand transformation of mankind going on. Ask the enlightened ones, if you will, and if you can find an enlightened one, that is enough said. They are there in every office, at any party, in all circles, in schools, all churches, and in families of all kinds. They are there, the happy enlightened ones. They are the evidence of this movement. It is becoming so, this transforming, and it is finding its way through many avenues and in a great variety of teachings. Humans are waking up from a long sleep. Some people just come to realize these things more naturally, more intuitively, and through their own clarifying thought processes. Others are learning of it today in this book, or in a vast many other written resources of similar mindedness. Some hear it and refuse understanding of it, yet some are seeking for it still. If looking for it, one will find it. I find that life's experiences and the using of the law of attraction have enhanced my knowing of so many things before unknown to me. It is proclaimed that if only we seek to find happiness, the rest will come about. That is one of the simplest and most profound realizations I can think of knowing. The transformation is something other than a belief or a religion. It is much more. It is a becoming, an arrival, and a beingness. The source within you, the source of all, and the source of me is all the same one source. The source is God, and God is far from a religion. Theologians who want to find this out are going to be delighted in the answers to their questions being found in such simple, uplifting terms. Life is good. And of the separation, it is good too. If life was but one solid entity, it could continue on and on and on, being but the same forever. Yet it is other than a solid entity, as it is made of fragments or separations of expanded self. Every separation, be it a newborn taking its first breath, a townsfolk oblivious of the enlightened tourist, or friends carried away on a different path, it is all in harmony with each other. It is all of a natural perfection. A friend can take a different departing path, and in it I can find no judgment. That the separation is creating the birthing of freedom's adventure for all. I want to positively embrace the separations I see around me, the ones that I create and the ones created by others, in the same manner in which a newborn infant child is held tight, but only tight enough to allow for wiggle room. I want to know the side I am on, my preference, without holding judgment of the other side or another side. It is juxtaposition from the lovely void between. I want to be the child between wisdom and understanding, which is knowing. In knowing that truth, I am set free.